You're very welcome, and thanks a million for taking the time to join this webinar. Throughout, you will have the opportunity to ask questions through the Q&A button. So please feel free to submit them, and I'll do my best to answer them towards the end. And then I will give you my contact details at the end of the presentation for anyone who wishes to speak to me directly afterwards. So today we're going to talk about the micro-credential course on investment management that leads to the very prestigious designation Specialist Investment Advisor, or SIA, as it's known in the industry. But before we start, for those who do know or may not know as much as we have on screen now, LIA, we have been in existence for over 40 years, and we pride ourselves on being the centre of excellence for the education and development of you, the finance professionals in the industry, and offering QQI accredited courses. Our key programs meet with the central bank's requirements, and that allows you to sell and or advise on financial products. And we do combine member-focused personal development with education programs. And we pride ourselves on delivering qualifications and accreditations through a range of courses that support you in your career as a finance professional. My name is Brian Dunphy, and in relation to why I'm talking to you today is I have actually completed the investment management module a few years ago, and I hold the SIA designation, but I also then went on to attain the Certified Financial Planner Professional designation. So I have undertaken all of the level 9 qualifications, and I'm happy to share my experience, and hopefully throughout this presentation, you will get some insight into my approach to undertaking the programs. So why would you consider an advanced qualification post QFA? Well, the opportunities are to undertake individual modules to advance your knowledge in specific areas through the micro-credential route. And the ones that will be relevant to financial advisors or those working in the financial planning or the support roles would be investment management, which is the one we're going to talk about today, which leads to the SIA designation, retirement planning, which leads to the RPA designation, risk management and insurance planning, which leads to the FPRA designation, and tax and estate planning. Now, those modules can be done all individually as non-committal to undertake any larger program, and can be done at any stage throughout your career under the heading of a micro-credential course, or they could also be undertaken as part of your journey to becoming a certified financial planner under the postgraduate diploma in financial planning. So all of those four modules are part of the postgraduate diploma, along with two others that I'll talk about in a few slides' time. So when it comes to micro-credential courses, for those of you who aren't familiar with the terminology, these courses are short and they're focused learning programs designed to help individuals gain specific skills or knowledge in a particular area that you want to advance your knowledge in. And our flexible micro-credential courses are delivered online, and each micro-credential course consists of one module over 12 weeks, making it a compact yet impactful learning experience. And these courses are ideal for anyone looking to upskill, reskill, or deepen their expertise in the financial advice field. These courses are also accredited by Atlantic Technological University Sligo, so ATU Sligo accredit these courses. So the one we're going to talk about today is the investment management module. And those that are successfully complete this module are awarded the Specialist Investment Advisor designation. And this designation it's ideal for anyone who is working in the financial advice or the product production or the support roles in the area of investment, asset management, wealth management. It is a one module course in investment management, and it is, in my opinion, it's essential learning for anyone involved in advising clients on investments. You will gain a better insight on how investment managers work and how they value stocks and on their stated objectives. But the course is designed for anyone who wants to drive their knowledge forward beyond minimum competence, and it's a natural stepping stone for anyone working in the financial planning or advice area, whether that's directly with a consumer or in a support function, or in particular, this one is very much beneficial for anyone in the product development. The course covers topics A number of topics, and when I undertook it, it really was an eye-opening experience because it really broadened my appreciation for the investment area. But it covers essential topics such as the trade-off between risk and reward, evaluating the various different asset classes, and understanding investment products and strategies. And in particular, it will certainly give you a very, very strong understanding of the development of investment products and give you significant levels of confidence when it comes to talking to the product developers or product managers. Additionally, I found that this was invaluable, that you'll certainly explore the human aspects of investing. So you'll get to cover topics such as investor behavior and ESG principles. And it will definitely also delve into the new areas such as cryptocurrency and alternative investments. So it will take you from a level of if you're moving from QFA to a really advanced technical knowledge of all aspects of investment management. It will certainly also give you the specialist knowledge and ability to understand the core concepts in modern portfolio design. And in particular, the theory behind that. And it will give you the practical application of tools and techniques to construct and manage a client's portfolio. And this is where I felt I moved to a new level. When you're actually sitting down and constructing a financial plan and looking at a client's portfolio, and you're tasked with, various different goals and objectives, the knowledge that this module gives you, it gives you the tools and techniques to do this. And it provides you with innovative solutions when advising your clients on investment and wealth management. Within this course, it is delivered online, and it is a level 9 on the National Framework of Qualifications. So just to give you an appreciation of what that means, anybody who has completed the QFA is at a level 7, and this course is at level 9. So you are moving to a significant advanced level of education, and the knowledge will really be invaluable to you. The term in which the course is delivered is from February to May. The start date for this next course commences on the 6th of February, and it will be delivered over 12 weeks on Thursday nights. So it's online evening lectures, and those lectures are from 6 to 8:30 p.m. And as I said, it commences on the 6th of February. How you're actually assessed is very important to understand from the outset. The assessments are done on a continuous assessment basis and end of module exam. So the key dates for you to be focused on throughout the 12 weeks are in week 5, instead of a lecture, on that evening, you would have your first continuous assessment. That assessment is worth 25% of your overall mark. You're then giving you in the next assessment that you're given is given to you on week 7. But in this case, it's not an exam, it's actually an assignment, and you will be asked to submit your assignment by week 11. And that assignment is also worth 25% of your overall mark. And then your final exam is on the 17th of May, which is a Saturday. And that final exam is worth 50% of the overall mark. The pass mark for anyone to successfully complete the course is 40%. So when you add up the marks available, what you can actually identify is that through those 2 continuous assessments, there's actually enough marks available through them to pass the course. But obviously that means you need to be scoring very high, but it should give you the understanding and confidence that you can actually attain marks through 3 very good opportunities to add marks throughout this course. And you add up your marks and your total is what your overall result is. The enrollment for this course closes on the 24th of January of next year, and that is giving you 2 weeks lead-in time. In relation to the supports that are available to you, you are for the first time for this course, there's going to be provided a textbook, and the lecturer is actually finalizing his syllabus at the moment. I only spoke to him last week. So you will actually have a physical textbook for this course for the first time. And also the lectures, the material is provided to you through your online study hub with LIA, and the material is provided to you in advance of each lecture. And here's my tip and my approach to how you balance your work life and other commitments. Um, that material, it's very important that you try and read the material in advance of attending a lecture, because what I found is it's very difficult to do both things at once. So to read and listen and take on the content and then think of what questions you might want to ask the lecturer. So if you have prepared thoroughly, you're giving yourself a really good chance of taking on board the material as it's been delivered to you. Um, that kind of time frame that I would always have allocated, I would try to find at least 2 hours during my week, right? So during the actual 7 days of a week, I would have tried to find 2 hours to prepare every week in advance of my lecture, knowing that my lecture is then going to be 2.5 hours of me trying to focus on taking on board the content that I've already read. So that doesn't mean that I would have understood everything that I read. It just means that I would then be able to expand on it and take real relevant notes on areas that I read that I didn't fully comprehend and get, and then maybe ask questions to get a better understanding of it. Um, that would be my operating rhythm week on week, because what I learned was those weeks come round very quickly, and week 5 being your first assessment, um, I identified that I could only be assessed on weeks 1 to 4 in that assessment. So I knew if I can actually stay on top of this material from the start, I'm giving myself a really good chance of getting as many of those 25% that's available in that first assessment. What I would also use as an invaluable resource is there are sample exam papers for every assessment that you're going to be given. And I would look at those from a point of view of the style of questions that the examiner might pose to you, not necessarily trying to predict that those questions will be repeated in the exam, but it's to look at the style of questions, and more importantly, what answers is the lecturer looking for from the content with regards to backing up, if it's a discuss style question, backing up your argument, whether you're going with a various different points, backing it up with material from the syllabus, and being able to identify where is this material in the syllabus that the sample paper is based on. It gives you a really good structure. It gives you a really good confidence builder to take on these assessments very early. I also learned that the lectures, it's important to try and attend them all live, but they are all recorded. And within 48 hours of the live lecture, the recording will be available in your study hub. Now, from a revision point of view, these are very, very important and very useful. And I haven't studied for maybe 15 or 16 years before I undertook the investment management course. And what I will say is my past experience would have always been reading a book and just reading notes and having to sit at a desk. The new learning environment was allowing me to listen to recordings on the go, and I could play back certain parts of a lecture that I wanted to focus on. And it was an invaluable resource from a revision point of view. So it would be my other tip to you is to use the recordings to your advantage and play them back for various parts. You don't need to be listening back to 2.5 hours repeatedly, but there's various sections that you'll identify. I wouldn't mind hearing that content again. So it's a very, very useful resource that I would encourage you to use. Um, the last piece that I'm going to touch on is in relation to the lecturer. The lecturer who delivers this course is a gentleman called Bernard Walsh. And Bernard is a very credible experience and industry thought leader, and he features regularly in the national media. What I would encourage any of you to do is really connect with Bernard on LinkedIn and have a look at his profile, and you'll see the vast amount of experience that he has. His current role is he is director of pensions and investments with PwC. And I've got to know, and this is one thing you will take from the course, is it's really advantageous that the lecturer is not just academically qualified, but Bernard is a practitioner in the industry that we're all working in. So he is somebody who can bring to life the content that he's teaching you, and he's dedicated to educating future financial professionals. He takes it very passionately, and he blends practical industry insights with academic rigor to foster comprehensive learning experiences. So his content is very unique, and his style is very, very positive, and he's full of energy, and he encourages discussion in his classes, and he wants to hear from his students. And he also, he regularly checks in with you to check that you are understanding the content. He doesn't let you suffer in silence. He wants to make sure that his teaching is being taken on board. So I would certainly encourage you to make sure you get to know Bernard. He's somebody that would be very important, important to have a connection for your career. I will move on now just to show you the alternative route of, rather than doing this as a standalone micro-credential, some of the students in your class will actually be undertaking this module as part of their postgraduate diploma in financial planning, which leads to the opportunity to apply to do the CFP licensing exam. So there will be a percentage of your class who will actually be undertaking this module as part of their journey towards CFP. And why they're undertaking this program is the postgraduate diploma is highly regarded qualification and is the gateway to allow you to undertake the Certified Financial Planner licensing exam to attain the CFP designation. And the program has been designed in conjunction with leading advisors and industry experts such as Bernard Walsh and the other lecturers on the other modules within the program. And the course will take your knowledge to the highest international standards in financial planning, as the CFP designation is the highest level of qualification internationally that you can attain. To meet the educational requirements for sitting the CFP exam, you must hold both the QFA and the and have completed the postgraduate diploma in financial planning, and also have 3 years relevant financial planning practitioner experience. The program itself consists of 6 modules, and it's at level 9 on the National Framework of Qualifications. And all of the modules are delivered by online evening lectures, and the lecture time is from 6 to 8:30 on the relevant evening for that module. And all of the modules are assessed the same way as I've spoken about the investment management, continuous assessment, and end of module exam. And why so many of your colleagues in the industry are undertaking this journey towards CFP is that at present there's approximately 192,000 CFP professionals in 27 countries around the world, and approximately 1,000 of them are in Ireland. And Ireland is one of the fastest growing populations of CFP professionals in the world. So it is becoming increasingly recognized as the standard that wealth managers or financial planners aspire to get to. But the beauty of undertaking the modules either as micro-credential is they are part of the journey, and you don't necessarily have to commit to undertaking all 6. You can decide, I just want to advance my knowledge in that specific area of investment management, and it gives you a flavor of that's how potentially all 6 modules within this program would work. Just to give you an overview of how the postgraduate diploma works is these are the 6 modules involved. Principles and Practices of Financial Planning is Module 1. Risk Management and Insurance Planning is Module 2, which leads to the FPRA designation. Tax and Estate Planning is Module 3. Investment Management, which is the micro-credential course that we spoke about today, which leads to the SIA designation, is Module 4. Retirement Planning, which leads to the RPA designation, is Module 5. And then Integrated Personal Financial Planning is Module 6. Now, students, ideally, if they can take it in the order that they're presented on screen there, but the course is structured that you can actually do any of the modules in any order apart from Module 6. You can't do that module until you're undertaking your last 5th one, or you have completed all 5 in advance. And as I said, the investment management micro-credential is one of the modules within this program. So if you decide to just do a micro-credential route and have that completed, if you decide in a later point to go on the journey to attain the postgraduate diploma in financial planning, you would have that module completed. So I'm going to open up the opportunity for any questions. What I see is there's one question at the moment that says, is the assignment a group assignment or solo? I'll answer that on the basis of what I know from previous versions of the course. It has always been an individual assignment, but that doesn't mean that Bernard doesn't decide to change it in the future, but I suspect he will continue with that pattern because I have seen his previous assignments. They are very tailored towards individual assessment of their understanding of the syllabus. It's a very practical assignment and it's very, very manageable. What I would say to you is you should go at it immediately when you're given the assignment to do your research and decide what specific topic you're going to answer your assignment on, or maybe if it's to specifically pick a stock or a company or a bond out there, it's to identify that very early and then start doing your work to construct your assignment. But in the past, it's always been an individual assignment. There's another question about the exams. Are they in person or online? All of the exams are online. So you can undertake your program and your course from wherever you wish. And in fact, when I studied the course, there were some of my classmates in Australia at the time. So they were able to undertake their studies while traveling, and they were able to undertake their assessments, more importantly. So the assessments are all online. What you need to have available to you is a laptop with a very strong broadband connection and a webcam so that the invigilator can see that you have no material in front of you when undertaking the exam. Hopefully that answers that question. Do you have to attend all live lectures or can you work from the recordings if you can't make the lecture time? Um, you don't have to attend all the lectures live. No. What I would say to you is the advantage of attending them live is that you do get the opportunity to ask the lecturer questions live. However, I know that Bernard will make himself available to you, so you will have his contact details. That if you are actually looking at it on a recorded basis, that's absolutely fine, and you will be able to reach out and ask questions if you need to. So hopefully that answers that for you. What are the payment options for the course? Well, the cost of undertaking this module is €1,100, and you do have to enroll and pay for the course in advance of undertaking it. However, if you reach out to us, there may be some funding opportunities available to students who wish to undertake this program. Whether you're paying for it yourself or your employer is paying for it, you can certainly reach out to us. If you actually look at our website, www.lia.ie, under the heading of course funding, you will see there are some limited opportunities for people to apply for some funding towards the cost of the program. But if anybody has any queries on that, please feel free to reach out to me directly. So somebody asked me what date the final exam is on. I'll just go back to that slide and show you. So the final exam is on Saturday, the 17th of May. Hopefully that answers your question. I'll just check if there's any more. Are the lectures every Thursday from the date you specified, and would it be okay to leave at 8 if you had to end and then catch up? Yes, that's absolutely fine. Harry, yeah, the lectures are every week. Now, within the timetable, if one of the lectures falls on the midterm for second primary and secondary schools, there is a break in there. So the lectures are scheduled to align with the second and primary timetables for your, for those who have children. There won't be lectures on midterm breaks. But it is absolutely fine that if you have to leave at 8 o'clock, that you go back and look at the remainder of the lecture via recording. Absolutely. But I would say to you to definitely do that. Don't fall into the trap of saying that I will catch up on week one before I do the assessment in week 5. You need to stay on top of the material week on week, because it builds, and it will feel like you're on a journey of building your knowledge week on week. But you can't dip in and out of this and say that I'll catch up on one of the weeks that I've missed out on. It's going to give you, you're really giving yourself an uphill battle there. And you're not taking advantage of the structure then, because the continuous assessments do come quite quickly. And if you think about 12 weeks, it's a very short time frame. And if you think about the subject that you're studying, investment management, I will assure you that it will be the best investment any of you has ever done in such a short period, by investing in yourself to undertake this program over a 12-week period. It will broaden your knowledge and really build on your existing base of your professional experience, and bring you to a new level of advisor. And it will certainly also give you a real appreciation for adding to other education or knowledge that you might have. I feel that retirement planning and investment management go hand in hand. So, those of you who are thinking of doing the investment management as a one-off course, if you enjoy it and you feel, you really got the value that I'm assuring you will, I would really encourage you to then look at the retirement planning, because um, the two go hand in hand. When you're looking at retirement planning, you're looking at the various options available to somebody on their journey to retirement, but they do also want their money to grow. And that's where you'll be learning so much from this investment management course. The last slide I'm going to put up is my contact details. And I would welcome any of you who wish to have a one-to-one conversation, or discuss any further parts of what we've presented on today. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Um, I certainly would welcome those of you to ask me any questions, and I'll guide you and support you as much as I can. I have one last question here. The RPA and PTP prepares students for group pension work. Will the SAA prepare students for group investment work? I'm not sure if I understand what that question's about. Will it prepare you for group investment work? It certainly will prepare you for all aspects of investment management, whether that's working away with a client on an individual basis, or as part of a team developing a product. Absolutely. It will give you all the knowledge necessary to do that. I hope that helps with that question. So if there are no further questions, I will leave you with my contact details, and I'll thank you for attending today's webinar. I would say to you, as I said already, it would be one of the best short courses you will undertake to broaden your knowledge in the investment management area, and give you a real appreciation for how these micro-credential courses work, and perhaps give you an insight into what the journey might be for those of you who are thinking in the long term of working towards attaining the CFP designation. But again, thanks a million for joining, and we look forward to engaging with you again in the near future. Thanks a million, and take care.